Somewhere over the Persian Gulf, an intelligence signal crackles through encrypted channels. The order is given. The mission is real.
Tensions with Iran have reached a breaking point. U.S. Central Command has activated its rapid response posture. Every second counts.
This is not a drill. The kc-135 Stratotankers are already airborne. The Vipers need to be armed today's now. The AGM-114 Hellfire missile, a laser-guided precision anti-armor weapon with a range of 8 kilometers.
Each Hellfire weighs just over 100 pounds. The AH-1Z Viper can carry up to 16 of them. Tonight, every pylon will be loaded.
The geopolitical situation has been building for weeks. Iran's ballistic missile probe works, its networks.
He has done this 100 times in training. But training and reality share only one feature. The weight of the missile is the same.
The first step, safety. Every Hellfire leaves the rack with its safety wire intact until the last possible moment. No exceptions. The M299 launcher rail is the backbone of the Hellfire system on the Viper. It must be perfectly seated before a single missile touches it.
23 pounds of precision machined aluminum and steel, designed to survive the shock of launch, the heat of desert operations, and the vibration of combat flight.
The mounting sequence is a series of interlocking steps, each one dependent on the last. There is no shortcut.
A click, the sound every crew chief listens for. The launcher is seated, locked, ready to receive its payload. Now the missile itself. Each AGM-114K Hellfire 2 is transported in a sealed thermal container, protecting its sensitive seeker head. 2 men lift a Hellfire, 107 pounds distributed between 4 gloved hands. The weight is familiar, the responsibility is not. The aft section is lowered onto the rail, 1 missile. In place, the first of 16, 14 more to go on this aircraft alone.
Missile 1 confirmed. He turns back to the trailer without a word. There is no ceremony in combat preparation, only procedure.
The second missile. Then the third. The tempo builds. The crew chief's movements settle into a rhythm older than he is.
The AH-1Z Viper is a 3rd-generation attack helicopter, the most capable rotary-wing gunship in Marine Corps history.
Third missile. The crew chief has learned to read the weight of a Hellfire the way a carpenter reads wood. By feel, by balance, by years of repetition.
The starboard pylon receives its 3rd missile. Each weapon added shifts the aircraft's center of gravity. The loadmaster has calculated this down to the gram.
Radio traffic crackles across the encrypted net. The Stratotanker is on station. Fighter escort is spinning up. The clock is running.
The crew chief has no opinion on geopolitics. He has one job tonight. He does it without fanfare, without hesitation, without error. 6th missile on the port inner pylon, 7th on the starboard outer. The loading tree is filling in. The Viper is beginning to look like what it is, a flying arsenal.
Iranian air defense radar systems have been painting U.S. assets for hours. The analysts know, the pilots know, the crew chief knows. He loads faster.
The 8th missile requires a slight adjustment to the launcher rail, Sanvude, a manufacturing tolerance that shows up on this
The portside launcher rail needs to be verified again. A crew chief never assumes the ground crew pre-positioned equipment correctly. He verifies everything himself. In the Persian Gulf, a U.S. Navy destroyer is holding station. Its standard missiles are targeted. The air picture is being managed. The ground picture is being armed.
10th missile. The crew chief's gloves are stained with hydraulic fluid and the fine grit of the tarmac. He does not stop to clean them.
The missile's control surfaces, 4 folded fins at the aft, must clear the pylon arm during installation. He pauses, not from fatigue, a sound. The distant thunder of a C-17 on final approach piff, another aircraft delivers.
11th missile. He has entered the zone that experienced operators describe as flow, hodod, where procedure and instinct become indistinguishable.
In Langley, analysts are watching satellite imagery of Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps units repositioning.
The intelligence is unambiguous. This is not a drill. 13th missile. The superstition is acknowledged and dismissed. In this business, the only number that matters is the one that brings your aircrew home. 14th missile. The aft safety wire threads across the launcher rail in a precise routing that took a crew chief 3 years to master and now takes 11 seconds.
15 missiles.
One remains. The crew chief allows himself to look at what he has built. 16 tons of potential energy, waiting for command authority to release it.
The 67th and final Hellfire. He carries it the same way he carried the first. No different. No ceremony. Just the job.
The 16th missile locks into place. The AH-1Z Viper is fully armed. The crew chief steps back. The aircraft has been transformed.
He begins the final inspection. Every missile, every rail, every safety wire, every locking pin.
Port inner pylon. Missiles 3 and 4. He pauses a half-second longer on missile 3, Tay, the one with the alignment issue from earlier. It is perfect.
Port outer pylon.
Missiles 5 and 6.
The crew chief's flashlight beam moves with the precision of a surgeon's instrument. Every shadow interrogated.
Starboard side, 7, 8, 9, 10, each confirmed. The crew chief has not found a single discrepancy. This is what 10 years of maintenance excellence looks like. Starboard inner, 11 and 12. Starboard outer, 13 and 14. The final two missiles for the 15 and 16 and 14 are on the aft centerline station.
Missiles 15 and 16, he checks them last. Not because they are less important, because he knows he will remember the last thing he checked most clearly when this aircraft returns.
The inspection is complete. 16 missiles, 16 verified. The crew chief.
His radio breaks the silence. The pilots are on their way. Pre-flight briefing concluded. Mission authorization received from CENTCOM. Departure in 20 minutes.
The pilots arrive. The crew chief meets them at the nose of the aircraft. He does not need to tell them the aircraft is ready. His posture says it for him.
He gives a thumbs up. 16 missiles, fully armed, fully inspected. The aircraft is ready for combat.
The crew chief steps back and assumes his position.
He turns without looking at his watch. He already knows how much time remains. There is a second aircraft on the adjacent hardstand. This night is not over.
Tonight, 4 AH-1Z Vipers will be fully armed and airborne within a 90-minute window. The crew chief and his team will load 64 Hellfire missiles before sunrise.
Deterrence is not a speech. It is not a press release. Deterrence is a crew chief at midnight, loading missiles onto helicopters. Somewhere beyond the horizon, Iranian commanders are watching. Their intelligence assets are tracking the U.S. force posture.
But in the chain of events that shapes history, there is always someone like him at midnight, doing the work that has to be done.